Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I wanted to give an example of a simple formulation. So, when a client sits in our chair, most times they've come from another salon where they have previous color on their hair. So, we need to determine what their natural color is, their percentage of gray, and we need to try to match up what they have on their ends. Most of the time, by the time they're ready for a retouch, their ends have gotten warmer than they started out. So, something that is a common mistake that people make is when a client is new to them, trying to match what is existing on the ends when it may not be what the client originally wanted. So, here's an example on this swatch. This is a level 7 swatch that is really warm. So, this client may have left the chair of their former colorist happy with a balanced, more beigey level 7 without this much warmth. But she goes to the beach. She spends time out in the sun. She's blow drying her hair. She's flat ironing. It's hitting all of the elements, and it starts to get really warm. So it's important when that client comes in to have the conversation of, is this the exact color that you were looking for, or has this faded? Most clients don't know the difference, so they're not going to volunteer that information. And because it's warm, it's harder to determine what the level is when it's warm. Most of your level finders, this is my tool that I can't live without when I teach. Most of your level finders, when they show the natural levels, they're very cool and ashy. So when you go to place this to find where it sits along the levels, you're not going to get an exact match. So something that I have started doing and is a fun little trick is going by the exposed remaining pigment side of the swatch chart where everything is super warm. Then when you separate this and go along the way, you can see it matches more perfectly to a warm swatch. So this lands somewhere in between your level 6 and 7. So we're going to call it 6.5. So if a client has 6.5 warm, but didn't want it to be warm, and you determine that her natural color is a 5. Most people land in that 4, 5, 6 area of natural color. It's very rare that you have a level 8 or level 9 natural unless you're, in Sweden. But most people are in that 4, 5, sometimes 6 level, and it's all by individual opinion as well. Some people will look at me and say that I'm a 6. I consider myself a 5. So it depends on if it's a European level system, an American level system. But let's say that it's a natural 5, and we've determined that she has faded out. She's a faded out 6.5. So we're only lightening 1.5 levels. What we've been taught by manufacturers and by beauty school is that if you're looking for a 6.5, you would mix a tube of level 7 and a tube of level 6, and that would create your 6.5. However, it's not true. You're not coloring on a blank piece of paper. You're coloring on top of colored background. So you're taking a pigmented level 5 and putting a chemical on it that's going to lift it. Anytime you lift hair, natural hair, it is going to expose warmth. So for you to get, if this were to be her desired level, if she wanted the warmth, you can simply use a neutral on that formula and it's going to get super warm. Because what happens when you lift someone between a 5 and a 6, naturally, this is what comes out in the hair. When you go up one level, you're getting super orange. So if she wants that warm result, a simple natural will bring out that warmth. But if you want to fight that warmth, then you want to go across the color wheel and you want to use the opposite. But not only that, you don't want to use a tube of 6 and 7. They are not going to get you there. Where they're going to get you is halfway in between both. So you're going to take your, let's just say 7 to make it easier math, your level 7 tube applied on level 5 hair is 7 plus 5 is 12, divided by 2 is 6. So a full level 7 tube with 20 volume on level 5 hair is only going to get you to 6. And 6 is deeper and warmer than this client wants to be. So in order to formulate the way that I teach and the way that I color hair, you want to take that desired level, multiply it by 2. So let's do 7 times 2 is 14, minus 5 being the natural level, tells you that you actually need a level 9 tube of color to be able to reach this 6.5, almost 7 result. And I can show you on these swatches the finished product. So this is level 7N and 20 volume. This is what you were taught in beauty school to use. And you can see that that did not bring it up light enough. The next swatch is level 7N and 30 volume. The only difference between the 20 and the 30 is that more gray was left behind. This one is level 7 and 40 volume. And again, the only difference that you can see visibly to the eye is more gray was left behind. It's a tiny bit lighter, but not really. And then this final swatch is the level 9 with 20 volume. And if I put this up against the level finder next to the level 9, I'm sorry, the level 7. You can see, or not, it's hard to put everything up to the camera. This level 9 matches the level 7 on that level finder. It's that cool, ashy level 7 that you were looking for, but you had to use the level 9 color to get there. So you may be watching this, scratching your head saying, what is she talking about? I've been coloring hair for 33 years. This math works. And it makes your job behind the chair so much easier. If you want to learn more about this, or I totally confused you, please reach out to me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on my coffee chats on Expert Color Solutions on Facebook. And check out all of my online education at www.expertcolorsolutions.com. Talk to you soon.